Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, is truly a Disney fairy tale. Elle Fanning and Angelina Jolie return as Princess Aurora and Maleficent in the follow-up to the 2014 film. Also returning are Sam Riley and the Prince Harris Dickinson. Joining the cast are Michelle Pfeiffer, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Ed Skrein, and we also have Warwick Davis, which was a nice surprise to see him in this movie playing a fantastical character. You'll know him best from Willow, the Harry Potter movies, and also he's the Leprechaun. The sequel is directed by Norwegian director Joaquin Ronin. He's best known for the Pirates of the Caribbean, the last movie, Dead Men Tell No Tale, and actually that movie was tolerable. The other ones were just horribly bad, but this one was like at least a watchable film. So going in, we had hopes for this movie. In the sequel, Princess Aurora is engaged to Prince Philip, and it's time to meet the parents. As in real life, meeting the fiance's parents is never a great experience, and Disney intensifies it 10 times as bad in the Who's Coming to Dinner scene, which we've seen in the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away. Michelle Pfeiffer eggs on Maleficent, pretty much calling her a bad mom, and now that when they're married, she can have a proper mom. So of course you never want to insult somebody's mothering skills, so anybody would start something, and of course Maleficent does. Now Queen Ingrid is pushing Maleficent's buttons for a reason. She's up to something and it's no good. So Mistress of Evil, well, I'm not going to give it, I'm sure you figured it out. It's not necessarily the hero of the film, Maleficent, played by Angelina Jolie, but Queen Ingrid. Now, she's really nasty. I came out of this movie very happy. I enjoyed it greatly, more so than the first one. Now, the first one I liked, but I think my main complaint was it's targeted toward families and kids, but it was very, very dark, which I was surprised. But I did like the fact that it veered away from the Disney classic animated movie, because I think that's the weakest one of the bunch of the Disney classics. So I thought they did a really good job of creating this original story and not basing it so much on the animated flick. The other thing I liked about the movie was that it felt like a true Disney fairy tale. You had these vibrant colors. You've got the evil witch, in a sense, played by Michelle Pfeiffer as Queen Ingrid. And you have these cute little magical creatures. They were so adorable. I just thought it was really, really cute. And then you have Elle Fanning, who I think we'll call my favorite Disney princess now. She is such a level-headed girl with not a mean streak in her, but she's not a pushover. At times, the movie can get a little cheeseball, but in a good way. It is a Disney movie. We are watching a family flick. So in that sense, it lives up to that. That's why I say I think it's my favorite live-action Disney movie that's been adapted from an animation movie, because it felt very much like a fairy tale. You've got the love story. You got the evil witch. You got all those elements in there. What I could have done without was this world of the fairies. While it's nice to see Maleficent find her own in this other world where these fairies exist, they have been misplaced by humans. So they appeal to Maleficent in joining their cause in that aspect. It was a little too long. I know what they're trying to do. They were showing this really beautiful world, kind of reminded me of Avatar, and it was very nice to see. But it took you out of the kingdom where all the action is happening to kind of explain who these fairies are, why they're in a dire situation, and they're trying to get Angelina Jolie's Maleficent to join the fight. But that made the film a little longer than it should have. What you see is fairies of all colors and sizes, and that's where the cheese ball kind of fits in. And so I wish they had cut it down, but they wanted to show the plight of these fairies. These three women in the movie are such powerhouses. They're just strong. And you have to admire Queen Ingrid, even though she's, in a sense, evil. But you have to admire her that that's her strategy. She comes up with a strategy. It's not that she wants to maintain her beauty or her power. She just wants action. So I really, really like that about it. So keep in mind when I say this is the best Disney live action adaptation for families. This is not for everybody. There will be the naysayers who say they didn't like the film, but they often don't keep in mind who the target demographic is. And these are families. And the reason it's the best is because it's got all these elements in it that just work. And for kids, all the visuals will provide the entertainment that they want. For adults, it has the substance, and it's visually stunning. I can't believe how stunning it was. It's a contrast to the original film, which was very, very dark. So did we convince you to go see this movie, or the opposite? Let us know in the comments below.